We weren't taking the Hogwarts Express back to London. We stepped outside to the Hogwarts gates, where a sleek black carriage awaited us. A carriage? Ominous. There's no thestrals or horses here, I pondered. Ominous chuckled.
Yes, I know, Agatha. This is a car. It's powered by steam. We won't need horses or thestrals.
Extraordinary. I've never seen one, I remarked.
Yes, it's still quite new. I'm not quite sure how it works either, to be honest with you. That's my parents for you, though. They always must have the latest and greatest things. They're humiliating. That mechanism hasn't even hit the Muggle world yet.
Oh, don't be embarrassed, I smiled. It's beautiful.
Don't tell them that.
Ominous scolded, as a chauffeur opened the doors of the carriage. Exiting were Mr. and Mrs. Gaunt. Mr. Gaunt was a tall, lanky man with broad shoulders, impeccably dressed in a bespoke silk suit. His hair was a dark brown. It looked black the way it was slicked back with no hair out of place, much like Ominous. His eyes were dark. You couldn't differentiate his pupils from his irises. He had a very chiseled face and strong eyebrows. He was as stunning as he was intimidating to look at. Mrs. Gaunt, however, was shorter. She had golden waves for hair delicately pinned into an updo underneath her extravagant hat. She had a picturesque womanly figure that needed no girdle or bustle. She had rosy, plump cheeks and eyes that compared to sapphires lost in the Caribbean Ocean. They were what Ominous's eyes may have looked like were it not for the cataracts. Together, Mr. and Mrs. Gaunt were the epitome of Victorian perfection, and they seemed to know it too.
Oh, Ominous!
Mrs. Gaunt cooed as she glided from the carriage to her son.
My darling boy, I missed you.
She pinched his cheeks.
You've not missed me enough to send an owl.
I overheard Ominous snort at his mother. Mr. Gaunt looked over at me and very intently walked over.
Mr. Gaunt, but you can refer to me as Marvolo.
He very firmly shook my hand.
And you are...
Oh, my name is Agatha. Agatha Heinstead. Marvolo looked at me, and a smile slowly crept across his face.
Agatha. A lovely name. Though, may I call you Aggie? Perhaps Ag for short.
Oh. Finished shaking his hand and looked down, rather embarrassed. Only my dearest loved ones called me that. Marvolo smirked as if he knew more than he let on.
Not to worry, Aggie. I have a feeling you'll be close to us all soon enough.
There she is, the infamous Aggie. Oh, Ominous has written so much about you.
Mrs. Gaunt chirped.
Mother!
Ominous gasped in horror.
Oh, it's all right, Omi. You have no clue how long we've waited for you to bring home an actual pure-blood girl.
His mother bounced.